So in this video today, I want us to talk about what contributes more when it comes to Bitcoin mining in relations to climate change. And in this case, we're going to talk about the hash rate. The hash rate is basically like the fuel for the GPUs, the fuel for the microcontrollers and the CPU that makes mining more profitable. The more hash you have on an algorithm, the more um, cryptocurrency you mine, the more cryptocurrency generate, right? So the more the hash power, the more the money. What contributes to hash power is the processing uh, ability for your devices, right? If you have a fast processing device, the hash rate is more bigger, or it's in a higher amount, right? More hash rate, more profits. But what contributes to having a higher hash rate is the CPU, right, or the processor, because the processor is the one that actually turns the electricity into the hash rate. So this means that if you have a high thing, a device, let's say the high processing GPU, ASIC, a miner, you're consuming a lot of electricity. If there's a statistic for you, there is more electricity used in one day when it comes to Bitcoin mining. That's electricity is equivalent to an entire country's electrical consumption in an entire year, right? So you can imagine that if South Africa, for an example, uses an X amount of electricity in a year, that means that Bitcoin miners use that X amount of electricity in one day. So it's pretty crazy if you really think about it. So that being said, um, there has to be something done when it comes to Bitcoin mining to make it more electricity efficient, right? It has to save electricity, right? Or use it and try to save some electricity and try to introduce renewable forms of electricity. For me, I use solar when it comes to creating cooling um, systems, right? When I'm actually cooling my CPUs and GPUs and miners, is that most of my coolers use solar power, right? I've made a video on this channel on how to actually create solar panels, mini solar panels, for pretty much a knockoff price. And those solar panels power my cooling systems. That kind of contributes to me trying to save a lot of electricity, which most of the time would have gone to the grid and would have sort of contributed to climate change. Bitcoin mining is very, very serious when it comes to climate change because it does affect it a big deal. The amount of electricity consumed by Bitcoin mining is so enormous that if you just looked at the numbers, you'd be scared by just thinking about it. Of course, people want to make more money in cryptocurrency, right? And if they want to make more money, they're going to consume a lot of electricity, right? That's how the game works. So my number one advice always be renewables are the way to go, right? Solar, hydro, wind. I'm not a fan of wind because it doesn't always, you know, blow all the time. But solar is better because we know that during the day there is gonna be sunshine, and even hydro also is very good if you have a good stream of very, very powerful currents of water, right? Let's say you live by a dam or by a river which is always flowing. Then yeah, hydro is good. It's free, cheap electricity. Most people do their own hydro electric generators if they live near a good water source. But solar is pretty much the number one you should try because it's everywhere. It's available everywhere. There's nowhere in this planet or most of the corners of the world have sunshine, right? Not taking consideration maybe the North Pole for 6 months and the South Pole for another 6 months. They don't have sunlight at all. But everywhere around the world, sunlight is available, and people need to harness this, especially Bitcoin miners, if they want to save electricity and save themselves some costs too. Because if you save your electricity for which could combat which could actually increase global warming and impact climate change, that's good. But at the same time, you're also saving money for yourself because the electricity that people Bitcoin miners pay at the end of the day does obviously affect their overall profits. So if you use solar, that can really help you in a big deal. So yeah, consider renewable energies. So thank you guys for watching this video. See you in the next video.